to everyone present out and watching me live or recorded when it is going to be. Uh, I am here. Uh, See, what here I am here to actually present you an idea, or rather a project which I have created by myself with the help of the pre-grad operation, the pre-grad institute, or in a collaboration with the pre-grad, the mentors whom I followed and dedicated the most was Rohit, sir. I actually don't know his surname. Sorry for that. I am extremely sorry. And also, Sir Rohan, who also helped me a lot while creating this project. And and also, we will like to mention about the other teachers, the Rishabh sir, who actually helped me a lot during this project. He actually made me understand regarding what is Python, how is Python being evaluated, how is Python done. That is also very great. And Rohan sir, I would like to thank you because he has helped me to know what pre-grad is and how pre-grad works. Now, a lot introduction has been done. Now coming to the project. What is the project all about? The project is mainly on the topic of how linear regression is performed on using NumPy, Pandas, and also various other things to the to mention the various multi-parameter assessments. What do you mean by a multi-parameter assessment? For a better idea, I would like to show you what is the PDF. Here a PDF is being mentioned over here. Then I would like to ask you what is the actual PDF looks like. Here's the PDF. Okay, sorry. Here's the PDF. Here, if I open it up, just a moment. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just a moment. Sorry for that interruptions. I would like to say extremely sorry for that. And here's the PDF. Yeah, this water potability. Open. Yeah, yeah. Here's the PDF. It is actually an Excel file which was initially in the form of a PDF, and it was being converted by into various other formats. Okay, just a moment. Sorry guys, due to an error, I was unable to upload it through the Google Colab. Might be the error might be fixed later on, but while uploading, I was unable to. See, here are various columns: the pH, hardness, solids, chloronium, sulfate, conductivity, organic something, and various other. This was actually being converted into a CSV file, which you all know it is a form of an Excel file, and the Excel file actually helped us a lot. That is the first step which I have done by knowing fully in the process of data analysis. As data analysis is a very important point in this factor, and today I am going to show you how I have done the data analysis for the thing. Now, let's move back to what I have done. Okay. Yeah, yeah. See, here's the first thing which I have done. Here, I have actually uploaded the file, which were the name of the file is this water potability file, and here I am performing the process of linear regression and NumPy in that file, which is later on converted to XLS file or CSV file. The CSV file has been converted mainly because of two reasons. First of all, to make us understand and visualize the data far better way, and secondly, so that we can help in the process of data analysis to remember that and how we are doing. For this, first, we are using pandas. Why not NumPy and why we are moving to pandas? We will use NumPy in the next step. But firstly, pandas. Pandas is a 2D data frame. What do I mean by a 2D data frame? A NumPy is actually a singular data frame. Means it actually uses, it is similar to an array. What is an array? An array is a list of numbers which can be arranged in any order. But here's the twist. In a case of a data, we not only have a single column or a single row, rather we have both rows and columns. And here, moreover, in pandas, we have also able to access various features. For example, here, which you can see the pH, hardness, which was already mentioned here in the PDF. As you can see over here, these columns are easily being accessed by the process of pandas. Hence, we are using pandas in this first and very crucial step. Now, next part is TF equals to PD dot CA read CS. What do I mean by this? That means it will actually read the CSV file. Here I am showing you the PDF file. The CSV file is due to certain lag or weakness problem. It's not being opened. But if it opens, I will definitely show you in the later on in this video. Now, here I have make it separated using a comma or a hidden none and names supposed to. What is this? Now, next, call in columns. Here I am converting the columns to all the numeric types. We convert the relevant numeric columns to the coercing errors. Means if an error exists, I am going to convert it out like that. And moreover, I will also tf.head. What do you mean by tf.head? Oh, sorry. First, why I have used this? This I have used it so that I can get to know what are the null values present in the each column or in each row. Here I am going for columns, each column, what are the null values present, so that I can easily get the NaN access. Next, df.head. It will use to utilize first five rows. Very clear. It is already written on here. I think everyone is very good at it. Next, the information, the null. What is null? Null is a function which is used in data frames or rather in pandas to get to know whether the value is null or not, and then we can add it also the sum function, which is used quite often in the whole project. Next, tf.mean. What does mean actually means, and why we have used fill? It is an important function because this filter will actually convert, means actually fill all the values which are missing with tf.mean. And in place equals to true actually means that all the NaN values will be changed or converted to the mean values, which is a very important or crucial in this part of our project. Why we have done so? This is because as the number of row values are very small, therefore for filling it up, we have to fill it up in this way. Now, while we are doing this, see, at first we have certain none values. That's why we have get NaN, and it is in the first five rows. Remember that it is not the whole data. The whole data set is changed. Okay, and might be this is an object column. That's why we have kept all NaN. I have to recheck it once more. Sorry for that interruption. And next, see the information here. Every information is being given. Which column is what column? Yeah, yeah. See, here we are getting the mean values. Okay, the mean values of everything. And this last is actually this one. The sum is null dot sum. Is null dot sum means it is already null. Its sum will be also zero. That doesn't make sense, but it is actually quite explosive in the data. Next, the second step and the very crucial step, explode the data. What do you mean by explode the data? Explode the data is an actual meaning to it is a very important step for the data analysis purpose. That for the purpose of data analysis to understand the distribution of parameters and relationships using visualization and descriptive statistics. What does this signify? That means we are actually taking into consideration that each column, and we are actually making this a correlation or linear regression on the basis of potability column, which is not given, but that should be our parameter. Here, we will explore how the potability column is related to all the other columns, the pH, the hardness, the solids, and so on. And this can be done by the help of this matplotlib.py. What is this? This is a very important and a very good tool for utilizing or seeing how the data looks like in the actual thing. See, it will actually, there are various functions. Display df.describe, it will describe the statistics. There are various codes which are being given out over here. See, the count, the mean, the standard, and so on. This is actually being helped down by the help of Seaborn, SNS, and matplotlib.py. Why? These two tools actually help to pair and plot the things. How the plotting is done. That's the very important thing which we all need to understand. See, this is how the plotting is done. The pH level, the hardness, how it's related to each and every water. That's all the thing. And here, as we have no potability column, that's why the potability is none. Next, explain and analyzing of the various parameters. Actually, this part contains some error. That's why we were unable to show it. Now, this part is also just a repetition of how we have used it. It will also describe it similar to this one, 15 of 10, and it is also a part. Now, after we have analyzed all these data, means how the pH is related, how hardness is related, how solids are related, how conductivity is related, and coral mines. As there is no potability column, that's why we are here to check how multi-parameter analysis, how multiple parameters, these are related to the water. From here, we can actually identify and discuss the notable correlations, the correlation matrix and the heat map. It is already been given. You can actually read it out quite easily and get an idea. Now, why I have given this soap and what is an important feature of this? This I have given so that everyone who are present out there, which I might not be able to make you understand in a good way, I have written it down in the form of comments. And this is a feature which is being told to me by the teachers. The teachers actually help me, especially if I talk about Rishabh sir, he have actually particularly told me to make sure that a comment line should be added quite a few of times so that I can get to know, because your program might be run in a different portfolio altogether. Means you are writing a part of the code and someone else will take the code and will write it again. That time, if you are not giving comments, the person might not know what you have given. For example, if you have written a function, it is a little diverted topic, but it's very important to highlight because it's a very important thing and which you all should relate to firstly, because being a first time coder, it's a very important thing you should all know. Firstly, write down comment lines. If you are making a very big project, write down the comment lines. It is a very important thing altogether to be noted on. Comment lines, comment lines, comment lines. Because when you are writing comment line, because in a very big project, You might be working alone or might be in a group. If you are working alone, it will take multiple amount of days. It will take months or days or any time. And you will not be able to understand. It means you have started doing a part of the project for around 7 days or 2 weeks or 4 weeks. But after 4 weeks, might be due to certain reasons, you have gone to other project. As a result, and again when you come back, you will forget what you have done. At that time, if you write a comment line, it will be better to understand what you have done. And moreover, it will also be helpful to know what is the which means it is also helpful for a large group. As I have already told, the large group will actually be helpful in what terms. That is the very important thing. In what grounds the large group will be helpful. The large group will be helpful because you have completed your part of the project and the next part will be completed by your friend for suppose X, Y, or Z. As a result, the X will understand, oh, this person or you have done this project and these are the things you have given. Okay, now I will have to do this and these are the things which you have highlighted on. I will have in this. Okay, it will be helpful in the future. Okay, now these are the things which I have analyzed from the which you already read through, I think, by the way. Example analysis is replaced with actual observations from the heat map. The heat map, which I have shown you already over the top. And as the potability column is not being present quite effectively, as a result, there is a non correlation and the relation is not actually strong. So that we can make a linear relation. Hence, we are not able to make a linear relation. Then what's the next step? What's the solution for this? That's the thing. It comes on cluster participants. What is the cluster? Means clustering the sample. As you all know that what do you mean by cluster? Cluster means to make everything come together. And for this purpose, we are using a function called sklearn dot cluster include. It will actually help you to understand it will actually help you to understand that how means it will help you to cluster all the data into a pair as because the potability column is absolute. Therefore, I am clustering everything that means the pH, the hardness, and various other things together. As a result, we are getting this and we are able to cluster the data so that we can get a very proper output in the upcoming days. In cluster is equals to 3 and the k means will actually help you to set in it explicitly. What means explicitly means from your own choice. And it will also help you to cluster the data as I have already told you, and it will also help you to put the data split. Next, summarizing the findings. It's a very important step. What are the findings that I get from after this multiple water quality parameters test? This few highlights which are important. Firstly, the most parameters show a wide range of values. That means the extremely sorry for that, indicating the variability in the water quality. That means the water quality is completely variable. That means the water quality is not being dependent on a particular thing, rather on a multiple things that it's being dependent on. Next, the histogram actually shows the distribution varies, and as a result, it means that there are certain points which are very close together on a map, and there are certain points which are very far. The scattered plots between pairs or features, excluding potability, as the potability column is missing. Therefore, the correlation confirms that there is a strong linear correlation between the most individual water quality samples. Thus, we are making thus the whole thing comes to this point that the correlation is not being effectively proven over stages, but the multi-parameter analysis is being effectively proven. How I am proving that? Because the correlation might not be strong enough, but we have proved that the multiple parameters affect the water at a single stage. As for that purpose, we have used the sklearn which have helped us to analyze how this lower solids, the fluorination factor, carbon, on an average, has affected. Now, there are certain limitations which have been encountered. Firstly, there is an inability to access relationship between water quality parameters and organic column. As because it's one of my first projects and I am not that senior, my teachers have helped me a lot while doing this. I will be every time responsible and I will be always be in Bengali, which we say Kritoko. I am not getting the English term at first now. Sorry for that. Um, to be humble or to be always be responsible towards teachers means I will always be. I'm not getting the term. Sorry, extremely sorry for that. Yeah, they have actually told me how to do this, but as I am not that big coder now, I am unable to explain you why. Means I was unable to write the code in that manner so that I could exclude the potability column and could include other columns for the multiple parameter analysis. But nevertheless, I have tried my level best to make sure that the code runs properly. Now, coming to the concise and secondly, the prevented direct analysis from linear associated with water quality in the datasets. As I have already told, that the dataset is quite fluctuating as there are multiple occasions where there is no continuous data. As a result, the good relation was not being strong, and hence the data quality issues have been investigated. Now, these are the very important things. After data analysis, this is the just an analysis of the data. Now, what is your key findings? You have to include that too. What are the key findings? First of all, the trihalomethane's turbidity that have several include parameters, and these parameters have actually affected water to a great extent. Moreover, it also shows that there is a weak linear correlation with each other, generally close to zero. And moreover, the water sample based on available parameters, excluding potability, identified three different clusters. Each average characteristics for parameters like solids, chlorine and organic compounds. Next, due to entirely missing potability data, it was not possible to access the linear relationship. The linear relationship. And what's the insights of the next step? There should be, as the weak linear correlation data exists, therefore, the predicting the next water quality is quite difficult. That's why we will use the accurate potability column as being. And by this, I would like to thank Brigade for giving me this chance to help to tell you what I have done in the whole project. Moreover, this project actually helped me a lot to understand what data analysis actually looks like. And thanks a lot to everyone who are watching it. And please don't subscribe, like, or share this video. Please. I don't want.